any success. Again, Melton and Ray DeVito, they're all in the same category as far as I'm concerned. Comics have been doing comedy for decades. No one's ever heard of them. No stand-up TV credits, just abject losers.
I can't tell if your chat likes me or not.
Don't read the chat.
All right, fine.
Wow, you really are. I mean, I try to bring these people to nice shows, and they're in with the pores reading the fucking free chat.
Yeah, but I mean, Kevin, I'm pretty amicable. Like I just like seeing, you know, I'm a man of the people, but it doesn't get to me too much, and I'm not like one of these like freak shows that you usually have on here. I imagine that's who usually comes
Freak
through.
shows.
Yeah, I don't know these guys, but they all sound like sideshow characters, and I'm pretty level-headed these days.
MLC Legend, this show is great because of me. I have no idea what KB did before me. Holla, if you hear me, Meatloaf.
Am I Meatloaf or Meatwad? Or Meatloaf's queer son?
You're both. You're meat, whatever they attach to meat. That's what you are.
Okay, Meathead, Rob Reiner. You know that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I did before you got here either, MLC Legend. KB, whatever you do, don't mention Melton Hackmania AR-15 is what?
To this wackadoo. I think the assumption being that because
we don't talk about you can't even talk about stuff on YouTube. YouTube stinks.
YouTube
stinks.
YouTube is very draconian with their
yeah, they're very mean.
Yeah, they're very mean. Let's go ahead and keep the dead air going.
Listen, man, I don't have no sponsors to worry about. I can do dead air. I could right now. I could go take a dump like Stuttering John did allegedly. Holy shit, you're ugly. Put those glasses back on. Don't rub your eyes with your fingers. That'll make them worse. Oh, you really are dumb. What do your parents think of you? They must be horribly ashamed.
Yeah, they are.
Fuck K-Meanie and fuck Chad Zumach. Hey, they should fuck each other. Dalton is right. Meatwad from ATHF.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Number one in the hood, G. Yes.
Hey, Furious knows what you're talking about?
Yes, he called me. That's what I thought. When he called me Meatwad, he was referencing Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh.
You seriously, it's a show that's been around for like over 20 years now.
I don't give a fuck, man. I think I watch these fucking Adult Swim shows.
I mean, it premiered when you were still in your, what, like 60s? How old are you now, like 90?
Yeah, I'm 82.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was on when you were still a young buck.
I think the CIA sent this guy to ruin the show.
Maybe.
Are you afraid? Were you afraid of the CIA and stuff?
Yeah, I was having like delusions regarding CIA, NSA, FBI.
And what did you think they wanted you to do?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out. That's why I was hitting the streets and going and yelling at people.
You didn't know what they were trying to get you to do?
No, none of it made sense. No, I didn't have like a clear.
What were they telling you at the time to get you to do?
I thought that there was something sinister.
What were the voices telling you to do?
The voices. Well, it wasn't necessarily that there were voices talking to me. I thought that I was receiving like messaging.
You thought you were, or you were?
I thought I was. I was not actually receiving. I thought that I was receiving both some sort of messaging from either government organizations or some clandestine operation, be like these subliminal messages being sent through like my technology, you know, my phone, TV, or whatever, the airwaves. I thought I was picking up on something there, and then I also thought I was like receiving some sort of divine communication, that I was like a prophet. That I, you know, that's a thing. It's a very common thing when people suffering from psychosis believe themselves to be messianic in some way. They get really obsessed with like religion and religious symbolism and the Bible, God and the universe and all that. So I mean, but I wasn't hearing like voices in the way you think. It was
Jesus, you make everything boring. How can you make Going Insane boring?
Kevin, most of this show has just been you reading super chats. How am I boring?
Because I'm trying to get you to get some insight into losing your mind, and you keep talking about you're going round and round. Give us some juicy details.
Maybe it's not as interesting as you think it is. I don't know.
It always seems interesting. There was some crazy guy walking before I started my show. Some crazy guy was walking in front of my building, and it seemed very interesting. But I should send him the link.
But I'm not crazy anymore. So trying to like recollect.
You can't remember when you were crazy.
There's a lot of. I mean, I do have like memory loss because of it. Like there's a lot that I don't remember.
I hope I get memory loss of this show. Hi, General Fenton. Hi, General Fenton's Army. Talking about you or Melton?
I don't know.
I think how Melton's focused on my fucking lip. Someone should focus on his fucking back. Remember he was focused on Kate Meany's arms? And then everyone meets Melton. It's like, oh, this is what this guy looks like? Yep. Got him. Ugh. Melton's so pathetic. The guy's literally a hunchback. A hunched back. And then he makes fun of what people look like. Got it. Griff, the Brennans are Irish travels like Biden's. Is that good or bad?
I don't know what that means.
They always say. People trying to make the show political, they just laugh it off. Joe McConner's a good egg, but still, Irish travelers. I think Biden's one of those guys who, I think Biden one of those guys that just says he's part of everything, like Levy. Whenever I did a gig with Levy was like, yeah, I'm part that too. Whatever they were, he was part
Eugene?
that too. Huh?
Eugene Levy?
Yeah, Eugene Levy.
Okay.
Yeah, Eugene Levy. Bob
cool.
Levy. You ever heard of Bob Levy?
Yeah, the Reverend Bob Levy.
You've heard of him?
Yes, I've heard of him. I've heard of him. Day. I don't know what he does.
It's going to make Bob's day. KB, you just glossed over.
Stevie Lou did not sell me the drugs. He gave me the drugs.
It's not the same thing?
No.
KB, you just glossed over something you, Dalton just said, Stevie Lou. KB, you just,
Yeah, hold up. I'm sorry.
KB, you just glossed over something you, Dalton just said, Stevie Lou sold him the drugs that caused his mental health episode.
Yeah, I gotta jump in. Dalton, I did not give you anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
That may or may not be Stevie Lou.
Yeah, Stevie Lou.
Yeah, Dalton, what the fuck are you talking about? I've never given you any drugs. I don't know. I mean, I've seen you once or twice at a show or something, but you have never. Like, if you're trying to say that right now, it's kind of crazy.
No, I'm not. No, I don't blame you. I'm not blaming you for anything.
I didn't give you any drugs. I wasn't one of anybody who gave you any drugs whatsoever. Honestly, I never really hung out with you much. So if you're trying to tell people right now that I gave you drugs ever,
I'm trying to, yeah.
That's kind of.
Yeah, when we were at Skankfest, you had a liquid vial of something, and you squirted it on the top of my hand, and I had to lick it off like a key cat.
I don't know, buddy. I don't know what you're like. I think you might be having some.
He's having another mental episode?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I'm not casting aspersions, I'm not like.
You're definitely casting.
I'm casting. We're podcasting right now, but I'm not like.
Yeah, I think you might be confusing me with somebody else, buddy. I'm sorry.
You sound like
it was Stevie Lou.
This disembodied voice sounds a little bit like Jeselnik.
Yeah, it's Jeselnik as my producer.
Is Jeselnik your producer?
Uh-huh. That's how bad he's doing right now. He's my off-air producer.
Like, listen, I know that there were drugs going on at Skankfest. That's well known, and that's part of the thing. But I wasn't giving you. I wouldn't fucking just give you drugs for any reason, just to fucking do. Like, I don't get that.
What year?
2021.
I was at every Skankfest except for Vegas.
So why do you think Stevie gave it to you?
Yeah, Stevie definitely dripped the thing on my hand that I was told was something, and then I licked it off.
He dripped something on your hand?
He had like a dropper of something, and then he was like, hold out your hand, the top of your hand, and then he like squeezed the dropper, these drops of something on top of my hand, and then I had to lick it off like a key cat. I was like, nim, nim, nim. And then I got extremely high. But that being said, like I don't think it like Steve, there's no person other than myself to.
All right. Well, I can go on record and say I don't remember anything that you're saying here, and I wouldn't have done that because that's not what I would be doing at
Even you walk around Skankfest with a drip?
Right, exactly. That did not happen. So that's why I'm just a little
Wait, is that what
confused.
someone told you, Dalton, or do you remember it that way?
I do remember this.
Because
yeah.
I don't remember this incident whatsoever, and I was very clear-headed the whole time I was at Skankfest. I've never been, sent to a mental hospital either. So this is the first I'm hearing about this. So this is great, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hold any ill will toward you. I mean, there are people who try to pit us against each other and say that you were responsible for something, but I just loved drugs at that time, and so you happen to be somebody who offered me drugs, but that's nothing. You didn't do anything bad.
Right. I just don't recall ever having any drugs for you or offering you any drugs personally. So I guess we could just.
Well, I mean, guys that are into drugs tend to have bad recollection and bad memory. I deal with it.
Yeah, but you had a nervous breakdown. So who's known for having a better memory? A guy who had a nervous breakdown or a guy who does some drugs? I can't believe I'm defending two people who neither one I really support. I don't support either one.
Is this actually Stevie that we're talking to? Who is this?
That's a producer offline. He can't come on.
Okay.
He's not allowed. So wait, so why do you think it was Stevie Lou?
I remember it being Stevie Lou. I know Stevie.
Is this because that's a name that you remember, or that's really what you think?
It was him. It was him. Yeah, the guy who looks like Stevie Lou is who it was.
It might not have been him. It's a Stevie Lou lookalike.
It might have been a Stevie Lou lookalike. Who knows?
Stevie Lou impersonator. Thank you, Tio Hank. I didn't. Yeah, cut this guy loose. Meanie wants the link. Kate Meanie, she can text me. She has my number. Send me a dick pic. How did you land Tim Dillon as a guest? Is he gay? Allegedly.
Unlike Tim Dillon, I'm actually gay. Yes.
Tim Dillon's fake gay. Big W, a.k.a. Bochetti's wingman. Tell Mike we received his application to the Small Dick Club and his request has been rejected. He has no place in our organization. What the fuck are you talking about? He was talking about yesterday? His small